Trash Talk Radio, back again. Segment 2, Guru, you know what that means.
It's that plug, baby.
Plug time. Trash Talk Radio and TrashTalkRadio.com. Brought to you by the WorldOfSportsNetwork.com. World of Sports Network, connecting the world through the sports we love. You got to head over to WorldOfSportsNetwork.com. And we got the Trash Talk Radio. We got the on-court, off-court. We got the Attorney at Sports with his Sports in Order show. Everything you're going to need is over there on WorldOfSportsNetwork.com. We got to find us also on the YouTube page, on the World of Sports Network YouTube page, to make sure you're watching us here on Trash Talk Radio. If you're looking for me, Lestro, you can find me every day on Twitter at @MoreOrLestro, @MoreOrLestro on Twitter, and the Guru is at Guru's Film Room over there on Instagram. Just his thoughts, man, just his thoughts.
Yes, sir, and another yes, sir.
One more time for the people in the cheap seats, TrashTalkRadio.com.
And that hashtag 10K for TTR.
10K for TTR. All right, Guru, we got that out of the way. We got the plugs down. Let's get back to the football, all right? So I'm happy about this, man. I'm thrilled to have the return of Guru's call-out.
Oh, man, get the heck out of here.
And shout-out. This is where Guru takes a look at the games on the weekend. He tells us which players need to be called out for how they played and which players need to get a shout-out for how they played.
Yeah, man, it's always a yin and a yang, man.
That's what I like to hear.
The good and the bad, man. That's just what it is. The Guru is always on the good and the bad, the spicy or the sour.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's have the fun one to start with. Let's start with the shout-outs. I mean, the call-outs. My bad. Let's start with the call-outs.
See, you know, good or the bad. The call-outs,
Oh,
man. Get the heck out of here. Call out, the call out is people that need to get called out.
Right. Somebody needs to tell these guys.
Somebody need to tell them something about themselves, because somebody's not telling them about themselves. Because
Right.
you know who's known to tell something about themselves is the Guru. And ain't nobody else is qualified and certified than the Guru, so call your asses out.
That's what I like to hear.
Ballsy.
All right, so Guru, give us your call-outs of the week then.
All right, number one, call out. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. What you said, Casey Cannon style. Number three.
Number three, Casey.
Number three, the porn star himself. I mean, the porn lover himself, from San Francisco, the 49ers, Jimmy G.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy G has not been spanked that bad since the porn star.
Since this porn. Hey, you know what? And from the looks of it, Jimmy G might like getting spanked.
It looks like it. I'll tell you what, they took a beating this week, the 49ers.
Jimmy G might like getting spanked, and I don't think the Vikings look like it's a very good porn star. But anyways, Jimmy G look horrible, and a lot of people, the reason why I'm calling him out, because he's the golden boy.
Right. Got that big contract, ran through it last year.
Exactly. Who I believe, other than Mayweather and McGregor, he did one of the biggest heists.
Of 2017.
He did one of the biggest heists of you play against the JV teams and you get $100 million. So I'm kind of curious. So Jimmy G, you were terrible against the Minnesota Vikings. Terrible, terrible. And don't say because they're the best defense in football. You are so-called 7-0. You're 7-1, Jimmy G. You are 7-1. And the Guru is calling your ass out. Oh, man, get the heck out of here.
All right, Jimmy G and the San Francisco 49ers gets our first call out of the year. Who's number two?
Jon Gruden.
Oh, man. I'll tell you something.
Oh, man, get the heck out of here. And the only reason why I'm not calling out the whole Raiders organization, because we don't got time. So it's just going to be Jon Gruden, all right? Because they gave Jon Gruden 10 years, so for the next 10 years, that's who I'm going to be going after. Because nobody else might last in that organization other than him.
Well, this looked like, it's funny because trading Khalil Mack, they couldn't get anything done. We talked about this before. They couldn't get any pressure on the quarterbacks, and it just looked like a team. It's like they were trying to lose so they can move to Vegas, even though they're already moving to Vegas.
Your coach still listen to cassette players, and if you guys are still talking about the movie Chucky, half the guys on the roster don't even know Chucky. Are you serious? Man, get the heck out of here. Oakland, Jon Gruden, with I don't know what the hell you think you're doing without using Amari Cooper. Derek Carr is know who y'all think he is. Their defense can't stop a raindrop, man. I am calling your ass out, Jon Gruden. Get the heck out of here.
I'll tell you what, it does look like football passed Jon Gruden by. Now, it's only week one, but it really looks like it just went right by him.
He don't even know how to use the damn iPad, man. He's like, what's going on? He's trying to get can I get a quarter so I can call the booth? Can I get a quarter so I can call the booth? Come on, give me a payphone, man. We were like, no, John, you know you can just text him.
All right, so John Gruden gets the second call out of the
Oh, man, get the heck out of here.
One more this week, Guru. Who is our third and final call out for week 1?
I mean, this is an easy brainer. Like, yes, he's not dead. I'm going to keep picking on him. Yes, because you keep throwing his ass out there, and he's going to keep throwing picks. Nathan, the worst freaking. You know what? I'm going to make an exception. Nathan and Mike McDermott. Because I'm calling your ass out, Coach McDermott, because you keep throwing the worst player in the history of football that every fan have seen. Coach McDermott, if we could see how sorry this guy is, what can't you see? You know what that means? You don't deserve to be a head coach, because if I'm not qualified to be a head coach, but I could see the worst player I ever seen in my life, I won't play him.
And you don't start that guy.
I am calling your ass out. Oh, man, get the heck out of here. McDermott and Nathan, the worst quarterback, Peterman. Oh, man, get the heck out of here. The only reason why we want you to play is for every DB that want to get that check. That's the only reason why they want Nathan Peterman to be the starting quarterback.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to Johnny Cab this weekend. He is of course a Bills fan out there in Western New York, and I was telling him, I was asking him, is there some sort of major league situation? Are they trying to move the team to Miami or something like that? So they got to just be as bad as they can over there.
Oh man, they're terrible.
All right, so Nathan Peterman and Sean McDermott get
get the heck out of here.
Our final call out of the week. Let's turn to the good news. Let's talk about the shout outs. Who impressed you this week, Guru?
Oh, yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I'm coming back for number 3. You know, I always talk about, I love this coaching tree. I love this guy. You know, the Walrus himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yes, so boy, I got to give a shout out to what he did with his young stud, his young stallion, Patrick Mahomes.
Good week.
Man, great week, man, because he came in there on the road against my Super Bowl team, who's going to be a contender. And they came down there and gave him a mollywop from the first 2-3 minutes, which is pow, pow, pow. Tyreek Hill, man. So I'm very, very impressed with Patrick Mahomes. He went 15 for 27 for 256 yards and 4 TDs. 4 TDs. Patrick Mahomes, the guru, is giving you a shout out. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Yeah, that's an impressive start. Now, you know, Andy Reid's known for those. We'll see if he can keep it up. I just want to leave that out there.
There we go again. Andy, we've been doing this for over 15 years.
And he ain't got a ring yet. All right, so Guru, who's our second shout out of the week?
Hey, he's been to the Super Bowl as much time as Aaron Rodgers.
Touche. That's probably true.
Hey, you know what? This guy does it so easily. I could have easily bypassed him. But you know what? I won't. Man, to be 41 years old, TB12. TB12, man.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Look, there's some guys I know that's 41 and they're using Viagra, man. Viagra, man, because they can't get it up, dog.
And he's out there every Sunday.
TB12 every Sunday, man, cucked up, man. Talking about you can't get it up, son. Man, I stay up, man. I stay loaded, man, because I got a supermodel wife, man. TB12 do what TB12 does, man. 26 for 39 for 277 yards, 3 TD and a pick. I mean, TB12 numbers.
Yeah, that's exactly what you'd expect from him. Without a receiving core, he threw to Gronk in traffic. He threw to Gronk without. There was Tom Brady looking like the GOAT.
Dude, the traffic. Gronk being on the field is traffic.
Gronk is traffic. All right, Tom Brady gets our second shout out of the year. Who is our final shout-out of Week 1 in the NFL?
You know what? I have to give this guy a shout-out because he might not get it again. So you don't know about this guy. You know, the Harvard graduate. You know, the formerly known as Ryan Fitzpatrick. Before that name was taken for Nathan Six Peterman. The formerly known as the DB lover himself. The former guy that always likes to get the DB rich. My man, Ryan Fitzpatrick, dominated my favorite DB, Marshawn Lattimore. The Guru's favorite DB got destroyed by Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Lit up by the Fitz magic, man.
21 for 28, 75% completion ratio for 417 yards and 4 TDs. Drop the mic, Fitzpatrick. You are the guru performer, and you are getting a shout out.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
You know, that's a great,
Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
a great pick for that one, because I don't know if he'll get another one, but this week he absolutely deserved it. That was a tremendous upset this week, making the Saints really go back and have to think about what, go to your room and think about what you've done, New Orleans. But speaking of upsets, let's turn now on Trash Talk Radio to our betting segment, Bets with Ben Carey of the Currency Kings, to find out how he did last week and what he's got in store for us this week. Ben Carey, our Bets with Ben segment right here on Trash Talk Radio.
TTR.
All right, Guru, time again for the Bets with Ben segment. Time for all of us to go out there and get that bag ourselves. We got to check in with our man Ben Carey from the CurrencyKings.com. CurrencyKings.com picks are 100% free, daily write-ups, NFL and college, and you can bet right there on the site. Ben Carey, welcome back to Trash Talk Radio, man.
I don't know,
Ben.
Ben.
Hey, thanks, guys. How you doing?
This is the worst sounds for me. This is the worst week for me to be named Ben right now, because I know there was a Ben in Cleveland, and we all know what happened to him.
Let's just say our Ben was a little bit bigger this week than that Ben.
Hey, this week, if your name was Ben, bro, you did a lot. You gave a lot of picks away.
You know what? The Steelers looked like they had it wrapped up, but then Josh Gordon came to play. So.
Who would have thought? So Ben, let's talk about last week first of all, because you our picks here last week looks like you went 3-4-1 last week. I imagine the push was that Steelers Browns game.
No, well, that was the push in the tie category, but actually the push was the Broncos and Seahawks
game.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
I saw that.
We were actually called that. You said it was going to be a tie, or a push. And you were right on the money, so good call on that.
Hey,
well done, Guru.
The Guru is feeling himself.
That's right. Every now and again, right?
You can always compliment. Last year was a bad year, so it feels good for the first week. Right?
That's okay. He still picked the Falcons, if I remember correctly.
I said I picked the Birds.
I was cheater. Well, Ben, that brings you to 8-8, 8-1 on the season. Let's tell me a little bit about this week in college football and this week in the NFL. What did you see out there? What are you seeing coming up?
So yeah, the first few weeks of both NFL and college football, there's a lot of variance. So now, with the third week, even the fourth week for some teams in college football, now we can really start crunching some more numbers and really take some of those trends from last year and really put them together. So I have 3 picks for college football this weekend, and we'll have 3 for NFL as well. So
all right, lay it on us, man. Start with the Saturday.
The first game I'm going to dive into. Notre Dame in Vanderbilt, and we're going with the over in this one, over 52. Now, an interesting stat I saw actually was both teams coming into this one have hit the under in both their games. So a fact that a fact that I saw in week 3, if both teams are coming into this one with 2 unders under their belt, they're 32-18 to hit the over. So with those numbers coming into play, we're going to go with the over in this one. And the reason why is because the market will really adjust for those 2 unders. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to expect some points in this one and expect this to be a play against the public, which I'm fine with. So we're going with that Notre Dame Vanderbilt over 52, as well as I like Notre Dame to win that and cover the spread. But for this pick, we're going with that over.
All right, so we're taking the over in the Notre Dame Vandy game this weekend, Guru.
I like
touchdown, Jesus, baby.
Oh my gosh! I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of the fighting Irish. I'm not a big fan of anything that's fight and it says Irish.
Right, it's terrifying.
It's just terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm a the guru is all about that love. So if it was the love Irish, then I'll do something about that. But
and the Commodores too. I think they're kind of violent too. So
yeah,
you may stay away from this one, Guru.
And you know what? The thing about Vandy that always gets me, I despise it because I could never spell Vanderbilt and I could never spell Commodores.
Right, together.
Yes, it's the hardest thing. I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that could spell Vanderbilt Commodores. If you could spell Vanderbilt, I even know your Vandy alumni over there can't spell
That's right.
Vanderbilt.
The only ones are the ones who went there. That's it. That's it. And journalists. They're the only people who can do it. All right, Ben, so we're taking the over Notre Dame Vanderbilt. What else you got this weekend for us?
Next one we have Nebraska at home playing Troy.
Oh, man, you talking about my boys now.
Oh, now you did it.
You talking about GBR, baby.
Now
You were in Omaha. You know about it. Go Big Red. How many times you heard this? Go Big Red.
Hey,
Go Big Red.
I heard it all last week because I was actually at the game out in Lincoln where my Bucks won in the last few minutes, man.
You mean they stole one? Come on, man. Don't say one. Stole one.
Hey, whatever they did, they got that dub. It was a great game, though. Hey, I got to say Nebraska has some of the best fans in the nation, so props to y'all.
Best atmosphere.
And even though Colorado came in and stole that one, there you go, stole, Nebraska's going to cover, and this is anywhere from 11 to 11.5, even up to 12. So regardless, I feel good about Nebraska. They're going to come ready to play. Frost is going to get that first win. I see this even being a 20-point game. Troy is not bad themselves, but I think Nebraska is going to come in with some fire, and Frost is going to get them boys ready to play after that tough loss.
All right, I like the sound of that.
I like that. They'll be singing and dancing in Lincoln this weekend, I see.
Nebraska to cover. We got one more for us then?
Yes, one more is Washington is at Utah, and this is going to be a tough environment for the Huskies. But I really like what I saw out of Jake Browning and the Huskies playing against Auburn 2 weeks ago. So I feel good about picking them -6. They're going to win by at least a touchdown. It's going to be a close game throughout, but I see them second half pulling away with that offense. And I'm going with the Huskies, and I know you're going to like that pick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To all the dogs out there,
I'll tell you what, it's always nicer on the roads when the Huskies win. That's for damn sure.
Man, damn Utes over there. I don't know about them Utes.
All right, Ben, so let's move into Sunday in the NFL. I know you got some games here to pick with the professionals for us.
Yeah, the big boy pants, man. Ben, you better come with this. This is for the big ballers right here. This is for the LeVar Ball bets right now. If you ain't on that LeVar Ball bet level, you ain't betting right now.
It's a big baller bet.
So I'll tell you what, and I'm sure you guys touched on this. There were some crazy NFL games, some crazy scores. Fitzpatrick out there slinging the rock, looking like a Hall of Famer. Not even a Hall of Famer in the books because he's a Harvard grad. A Hall of Famer he's slinging out there, man. So the first one that we're going to cover is the Saints, and I know the Saints came out and dropped an egg, and I know a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people who lost a lot of money on this game. They thought. Fitzpatrick.
This was an easy one going into the week, man.
Fitzpatrick.
They put double their bankroll on that, man. I tell you what, betting crazy on that one. But the Saints are actually 9-3 against the spread in their last 12 after allowing more than 30 points in the previous game, which obviously they allowed. What was it? So the Saints, Drew Brees at home, Kamara, they're gonna light up that scoreboard. They're going to win by 9.
And is it more because of who they're playing, or is it more because they're 9-3? Because from what I see, do you want to say who they're playing?
I don't. I'll say this team had a tie last week.
Because this team haven't won a game in over a season and continue.
Right, it's been quite some time. There are a bunch of fridges in Cleveland.
I feel better about what happened last week with that bad performance against the Bucs. So I think they're going to come out hot. Drew Brees is going to be all over the field, throwing to Michael Thomas. Kamara is going to have multiple touchdowns. I see a big game for the Saints.
Absolutely. Drew Brees, my fantasy.
Yeah, because the Saints are better than that. I mean, they still scored 40 points, but their defense is got to stand up at some point.
Come on, man. You know, Lard and more of those guys are going to fix it, so I'm not worried about that.
All right, so take the Saints this week against the Browns. Who else we got, Ben?
Yeah, we got Philly. So
That's what I like to hear.
Bucks. Yeah, so Philly's playing the Bucks, and obviously we were just talking about the Bucks, and I don't see them putting up 48 again. Come on. Let's be real here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Guru, but 48 points is Tampa Bay's quota for the season, right? That should lock them out for the year.
Man, you guys are forgetting, and I'm sorry, Fitzpatrick lost that name, and I was wrong because there's Peterman over there took that name. Since Peterman came to the league, I don't think Fitzpatrick has thrown any picks.
People have forgotten.
You know,
right.
Fitzpatrick.
Hey, man.
So I think I might be on the Ryan Fitzpatrick train this season, man.
I don't know, man.
Don't he always do this? Like, it seems like every couple of years, every 3 or 4 years, Fitzpatrick always have that one season that we all like, oh, my gosh, I remember that Harvard guy.
You know, a good backup quarterback is like that.
That is true.
I'm just going to say.
But that is true.
That's very true.
All right, so Ben, we're taking Philly in this game, you said?
Yeah, we're taking Philly -3. It could jump up to 3.5. I still like Philly. This may be one of those plays that the public is very heavy on, but that's fine. I see Philly coming out. They're going to play better than last week, and the Bucs aren't going to play like they did the game before. Eagles are actually 10-4 against the spread in their last 14 games as a favorite, and they're 5-2 in their last 7 road games, and 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 in September. So all signs are leading to Philly winning this one by over 3.
All signs leading to Philly. I like when people say that. All right, so we got the Saints.
Fly, baby.
We got the Saints and we got the Eagles. Give me who's your third pick this week?
You know, I hate to do this again because I'm wearing the.
Oh, really?
Really? Cry me a river. You know you don't hate to do it.
Seriously, I don't believe that for a second.
How do you feel about the Raiders?
Ooh, I feel like the Raiders are going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. They're going to have a top 5 pick in the draft.
Okay,
like I said, it's a debacle out there.
Yeah, they're looks like they're trying for it. At this
I also
point.
said that about Tampa Bay, and Miami's a dumpster fire. But those guys are both 1-0.
Hey man, the Broncos though they look good in week 1. I was happy to see Case Keenum out there throwing touchdowns.
That's a sentence no one has ever said before.
I was happy to see.
I was happy to see Case Keenum out there.
Last year he would have never said that.
Simeon, man. Yeah.
Touche, Ben. Touche.
Yeah. So, anyways, Case Keenum looked good. He did throw a couple interceptions. He was trying to force it, but you know they were picks that he was looking to be aggressive. So I'm fine with some of those. The Broncos, they're actually 4-1 in the last 5 games in week 2. They always seem to do very well early season against the spread, and they're also 7-1-2 in their last 10 in September. Raiders are 0-4 after a Monday night game, playing on a Sunday. So obviously that was a late game, and a quick turnaround coming into the Mile High City here. So I believe, Raiders are going to come in looking a little sluggish in this one, and the Broncos are going to stick it to him. Von Miller, I'm giving him 3 sacks in this one.
Ooh, there you go. Man. There's a prop bet on the side.
Can I make the bold prediction, even though it's 1 game in?
We appreciate a bold prediction, Ben. Bring it on, buddy. What do you got?
Now, this was something I actually believed in before the season started. I have it on record somewhere on the social media realm. I think Von Miller will break the sack record this year.
That's another prop bet. Guru, what do you think of that? You had him as your top guy in the position.
Absolutely, of course.
You gotta.
He's a top guy in the position. He's definitely. But you talking about like 23 sacks?
I think it's 23. But one of the main reasons why. Say it again.
I said MJ. Put it like this. I think the guy over in Chicago have a better chance of getting 23 than Vaughn. That's just my personal thought.
Well, we'll see. The reason why I think Vaughn gets it this year is because Broncos are going to play with some more leads in this season versus last, and also they have Chubb on the other side rushing the passer. So if he stays healthy, they can't double team Vaughn as much. So I see Vaughn potentially breaking that sack record. I think he does it this year. But anyways, back to this Sunday, Broncos 5.5 covering.
Wow.
Broncos to cover
And
over
he's
the
not
Raiders.
saying he's betting with his heart.
No, right. He's making that one that's actually not a bad bet. That's a smart bet.
Yeah, no, anyone
What's funny is we give Ben a lot of crap for picking the Broncos. They've been the right pick both times as far as it's not a bad pick.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. We're just making sure it's a great pick.
All right, so we got this week on our Bets with Ben segment, Ben Carey of thecurrencykings.com. He's telling us to take the over in the Notre Dame Vanderbilt game, pick Nebraska to cover, take the Huskies over Utah. Then on Sunday in the NFL, Guru, you want to pick the Saints, you want to pick the Eagles, and you want to pick the Broncos to beat the Raiders. I got that right, Ben?
You got that right. I'm feeling really good about these picks.
That's sad, baby.
That's what I like to hear.
No, that's sad.
What if?
What?
Can I get Guru to wear some Broncos gear or something? That's what I want to see.
Hey, put it like this. Whatever you're smoking in Rocky Mountain, whatever y'all be smoking out there in Rocky Mountain, if you could send out with a jersey, we might be talking about something.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll throw in some edibles too there.
Oh, man. But now, honestly, Champ Bailey, obviously as a Redskin champ, former Redskin, Champ Bailey is an idol of mine, somebody I love. And I didn't like the fact that 24 went to Denver, but I am a major, major Champ Bailey. And to be honest with you, I'm a John Elway fan, and this might be for a future thing. Before I let you go, I think John Elway and that bad man Aaron Rodgers are basically exact duplicate.
We will talk about that too, man, because that's an interesting statement.
I think Aaron Rodgers is John Elway 2.0.
Ben Carey from the Currency Kings. Head over to thecurrencykings.com. He's got free picks. He does daily write-ups on the NFL and college football. And you can bet right there on the site through Bovada. So head over to the Currency Kings. Find him on social media, both at Instagram and Facebook. Just Currency Kings. Know the. Ben Carey, thanks for joining us on Trash Talk Radio again this week. We will see you next week, man. And get that bag.
Get that bag.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk next week. Let's go get it.
Yes, sir.